Most of the distributions we look at are normal distributions, but not standard normal distributions, meaning they do have a bell-shaped unimodal and symmetric shape, but they may not have a standard deviation of 1 and a mean of 0. In which case, what we could do is we could convert each value under the curve to a z-score, and then we can use the procedures from the previous section in order to find probabilities or in order to find z-scores. The nice thing in this section is that we'll be able to use our calculator and StatCrunch in order to make this process super simple. The hardest thing about these type of questions is figuring out whether we're trying to answer a direct normal question or an inverse normal question. Are we trying to find a probability, percent, proportion, or area under the curve, in which case we're looking at a direct normal question? Or are we trying to find a value corresponding to the probability, percent, proportion, or area under the curve, in which case we're looking at an inverse normal question? Our sequence, if we were doing this manually, we would first take our x value for the direct normal question, we would convert it to a z-score, then we could go to the table or technology in order to find the percent. The calculator shortcut is using the normal CDF, using the upper value, and then simply putting in your mean and your standard deviation. For the inverse type of question, the sequence by hand would be to take the percentage, go to the table, find the z-score, and then convert that to an x value. In the calculator, we can use the inverse norm option and use the area to the left if you're using the older version of the TI 83 or 84, and then simply put in your mean and your standard deviation. On StatCrunch, it's going to be very similar to the calculator. So let's look at exercise 1 over here, which states that college woman's height follow a normal curve with a mean height of 65 inches and a standard deviation of 2.7. So over here right away, when we have a normal distribution given, we want to actually draw the curve, and we're going to label what we have. So the mean goes right in the middle of our normal distribution, and then I always like to write the standard deviation next to it. Find the probability a college woman selected at random is shorter than 62 inches. So finding the probability is the same as finding the area under the curve. So probability, percentage, proportion, area really all mean the same thing in when we're looking at our normal curve. So shorter than 62 inches, we're going to put 62 on the left. We're going to say, okay, I want to find the area under the curve, and shorter means going to the left. So there's a couple things we want to make sure we place the numbers on the right side, and then we also shade the correct side. So I'll do this first one manually, where we convert it first to z-score and then look at the table. And then the other ones we're simply going to do on the calculator in StatCrunch. So in order to calculate a z-score, we are going to take our value, which is 62, and we're going to subtract from it the mean, and we're going to divide by the standard deviation. This gives us a z-score of negative 1.11. Then we go to our table. We're going to find negative 1.11. And we're going to find the probability, which is 0.1335. So let's go back over here and put in a probability 0.1335. On the TI-84, we're going to use the normal CDF function. For the normal CDF, we're always putting in a lower bound and an upper bound, or a lower value and an upper value. And over here, since we don't know where this area starts, we're actually going to start at negative infinity, which is negative E99. Then we're going to go up to our upper bound of 62, and then we put in our mean and our standard deviation. So again, the first value is our lower bound, our upper bound, our second value, our mean, and then our standard deviation. To get to normal CDF, you're going to use the second VARS button. Go down normal CDF, hit enter, put in our lower bound. We said that's negative E99. Remember to use the negative symbol, not the minus. Upper value of 62. Our mean is now 65. Our standard deviation is 2.7. So your calculator does all the work for you. You're going to hit enter and you get a probability of 0.1333 over here. And the reason for the difference is because we've rounded our z-score to 2 decimals, so it's okay to have a tiny difference over here. On StatCrunch, we're going to go to Stat, Calculators, Normal, just like we said before. We're going to look at Standard. We're going to enter our mean of 65, our standard deviation of 2.7, and we're looking to the left side of 62. And when we hit compute, we're going to see the image over here, and we can verify that we did it correctly. And again, the answer over here is 0.1333, same thing we got on our calculator. For the second question over here, we're going to find the probability that a college woman selected at random is more than 68 inches. So again, we label our middle with 65, which is the mean. We have our standard deviation of 2.7, but this time we're looking at more than 68. So 68 is greater than 65, so we place it on the right side. More means going to the right. And again, if we wanted to convert that to a z-score, we could do that and then find the area to the left on the table and then find the area to the right by subtracting it from 1. However, we're going to go straight to our normal CDF. This time we're going to use 68 as the lower bound. We're going to use infinity because we don't really know where we stop over here. So we're going to do E99 as the upper bound, and then again enter 65 and 2.7. Going to second VARS, normal CDF, entering 68 as the lower, E99 as the upper, which is just infinity, 65 and 2.7, just like before. We're going to hit paste and enter, and we end up with a probability of 0.1333, which you may notice is the same as the probability we found for above, right? And the reason for that is because both of these values are 3 away from our mean. So this one is 3 inches below, the other one is 3 inches above, and again we have that symmetry of our curve and therefore the same probability. Let's look at it on StatCrunch as well. So for StatCrunch over here, looking at greater than 68 this time. So we're going to switch this to greater than, change it to 68. We're going to hit compute and you can see the same probability. The last question is our third scenario over here, looking at the probability that a student is between 60 and 68 inches. So let's draw the curve one more time. 65 is in the middle. We are going to do 60, which is on the left, 68 on the right, and we're going to find the area in between. So remember when we looked at this on the calculator before with the standard normal distribution, this was actually the easiest type because we have a lower bound and an upper bound over here. So it makes it very straightforward finding the normal CDF going from 60 to 68 with a mean of 65 and a standard deviation of 2.7. So one more time over here on the calculator, we have a lower bound of 60, upper bound of 68. Everything else stays the same. We're going to hit enter over here and we got a probability of 0.8347. And all these seem reasonable when looking at our graph over here. So the last thing we're going to do is look at it on StatCrunch. So looking between 60 and 68, that was the third type of scenario. Where we're looking for in between. We are keeping the mean and the standard deviation the same, so we're just going to put in 60 as the lower, 68 as the upper, and this is going to give us the graph as well as the area under the curve as 0.8347.